there, it's Ricky from Moshville Towns here once again. I'm delighted to welcome Manchester melodic deathcore band Portrayal of Ruinn. Now, Portrayal of Ruinn play music in the vein of, well, maybe a mixture of screaming vocals and low, deep death growls is the order of the day. If you were to maybe categorise them with a couple of bands, you can maybe say a mixture of Suicide Silence and Scottish heavyweights Bleed From Within.
I'm fine with that one.
So tonight we have Calvin, the vocalist, and we've got the twin guitarists, Sean and Tom. So how are you guys doing? How's it been with lockdown and everything like that? All your friends and family been okay?
Yeah. Just plodding on as best we can, really.
Yeah, everything okay with your jobs and stuff?
Well, I've just started a new one, so yeah, everything's all right for now.
Yeah, I work in the NHS, so, you know, same old.
So you haven't had a break. You've probably done more overtime than anybody else put together.
Yeah, whilst everyone else has been at home, still going at it. Well, at least we've still got a job, isn't it?
Exactly. What about yourself, Tom?
I think worst thing of it is I'll not be able to get an haircut.
Yeah, well, I'm glad it's virtually over. You guys are traditionally like 3 weeks ahead of us, so it's pleasing to see my Facebook page getting listed with gigs happening again. So fingers crossed it all goes well. But great to see that you guys are doing okay. So with your debut, with your self-titled debut being released in September 2019, then have you guys been using this time constructively and written more songs?
Yeah, we've gotten together, we managed to get together quite a good collection of new material.
Okay.
Especially since we got the new drummer in. It's been good getting to learn to work with him and then seeing what we could produce. And we've come out with some really good stuff, I believe.
Yeah, we've, because you mentioned the first EP, which was, we played all those songs before it got recorded, so we were used to that one and we were ready to start straight on to the next one. So we've got the second EP. I've literally just sent the mixes off to get mastering now, so hopefully we'll get that soon. We've just done a music video on Sunday, so we're hoping for the next EP to be out June, maybe July time.
Okay.
But we've already got a couple more songs ready for the next EP, which we're hoping at the end of the year as well. So we've been keeping on it.
Sorry, carry on.
No, that's it.
No, so you mentioned like a couple of EPs there. Did you ever have a discussion of the next release being an album then? Since you already released a single and you've already released an EP, did you think that your next release could be an album?
We did talk about it. I think the main thing for something like that is it's the money to do it.
Yeah.
We're pretty much a DIY band. Our money is literally whatever merch we sell and whatever we can throw towards it, and none of us are wadded. So it's basically, if we wanted to do an album, it would probably be like every 5 years or something. I think.
Well,
and sorry.
So how, is it going to be like? Are you going to have like 3 or 4 songs and a live song, or how are you going to construct the next EP, for example? What's going to be on it? Or is it all secret, all hush hush just now?
I don't know how secret it is. we never even thought of that one, actually.
Yeah, we don't even know. That's how secret it is.
Yeah. I'll save this one. It's just a few songs because I was because I'm one of these people that relies on Spotify and stuff. Like, my music is Spotify. I don't buy CDs and stuff. I haven't for quite a while. And I've said to the guys, the way I've kept an eye on bands is there's release radar. So every Friday a new song comes out. And some bands, you've got the bands like While She Sleeps. They're the typical one right now. And Bring Me Horizon as well. They would release a song every couple of weeks on Spotify. And then boom, album comes out. So it's kind of like, for me personally, I think albums don't work as well as, say, like releasing something constantly.
Yeah.
If it was up to me, we would release a song as soon as we got a new song, release it. release the next one, just keep it out there, keep us, because you got to keep in people's faces.
Exactly. It's quite interesting you saying that though, because I also review EPs, singles, and albums for Moshville Times as well. Sometimes you get the EP and you're like, oh, this is absolutely brilliant. I just want to hear more. Oh, that's it finished. Yeah. Whereas with an album, you get a beginning, middle, and an end. So there's pros and cons for both options. But I'd imagine because you can't go out gigging, so maybe EPs and constantly releasing songs is the way to do it at the moment. In the future, who knows?
Yeah, I think it depends who you aim at. Because some people, I'll admit, I remember back in the times where I used to buy CDs and stuff. I would love to sit there, start to finish, listen to the entire thing.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of times now where I think I'll be on Spotify. I'll listen to an album. I might listen to 3 songs and then be like, right, I need to check out another band.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's like the common thing, but because Spotify is so easy to do, you can literally just, as you're halfway through a song, you just click another band name and listen to their album instead.
Yeah. No, a fair comment. That's actually a question that I keep to the end. So pretty much with the 5 minutes of you talking, you've answered all my questions.
He does that a lot.
Yeah, he does. But Sean, so obviously I'm delighted to hear that you're going to be releasing a couple of EPs before the year's out, all things going well. How would you say the songs compare to your self-titled debut?
Well, since we got a new drummer, he's really pushed us all to our limits. So my personal opinion, it's going to hit harder, it's faster. It makes us wince in pain sometimes when we play them. I think it's just going to blow the first EP well out of the water. Yeah, that's what I'm hoping anyway.
So you might not be a melodic deathcore brand for much longer.
No, there's definitely melodic in there. We've still got we've kept the signature Portrayal melodicness of it, but we're hitting harder at the moment. Yeah,
cool, excellent. What do you think, Tom?
I think we've evolved ourselves. I think we're throwing in more influences. We're giving ourselves more ideas. Yeah. And as we're progressing, we're learning ourselves new techniques and doing things that we weren't considering doing previously.
Yeah.
So I think like Vishal said, I think this EP is going to be a bit heavy. It's going to hit heavier and harder than the previous stuff.
Yeah. No, cool. So are some of the songs, because of 2020 was a washout, are some of the songs quite old already?
No, we've played. Yeah, sorry, no. One of the songs we have played live a good few times, but since Chris joined the band, the new drummer, well, he's not new anymore, but he's really amped that song up. But he's changed the whole feel of it completely. So yeah, it is kind of new in a way. But the other two, one's a secret song we've never played live before. One we have played once before. Am I right with that, Calvin?
Twice.
Yeah, but about 30 people saw it.
Yeah. So yeah, it
doesn't count.
Yeah. So yeah, I think we're most excited for the secret song to be released, which we've never played live. I'm so excited to play that one live. And the one we have played numerous times, but obviously the drummer's amped it up. I'm excited for that one to be released as well. I'm excited for everything. Just to get back out there.
So the song that you've played live twice then, were there any fuck-ups?
Oh, there's always fuck-ups.
It goes into a bit of an odd-timed breakdown bit of the thing, and it took us months to learn it in the practice room. As soon as we got into the stage, it was kind of like, shit, where do we go?
Actually, from what I remember, the first time we played it, that was the bit we got right. We made sure we got that bit right, and that was it.
Good stuff. But Calvin, obviously with 2020 pretty much being a washout then, and you weren't allowed to meet up and stuff like that, how are you guys communicating your ideas to each other?
So the first lockdown, when it was like for 3 months, we didn't meet up. We just chatted on this and stuff. I don't think I don't even know if we did really much band stuff during those 3 months, from what I can remember. But as soon as those 3 months were up, we were able to start meeting up at the practice room again. So we were allowed to do that, and then we managed to get an online show. I think it was like June or July, and then we managed to do 2 outdoor gigs, and then the next lockdown hit, but during that time we were still we practiced in Brunswick Mill, which is in one of the main ones in Manchester, and they were able to keep the rooms open. So we've been carrying on as long as we follow the rules, social distancing and whatnot, and keep away from all your lads. So we've just carried on, really.
Yeah.
I think we've been very lucky. We were lucky to get gigs before everything shut down, and we've been lucky to be able to carry on as well, because none of us have been in that situation where we weren't able to meet up.
Yeah. Because I was going to say that I must have been like pissing off, because 2019, towards the end of 2019, you released a single, then you released the EP, and you're just ready to tour anywhere with anybody at any time, and then bang.
It wasn't even the EP really. We had quite a few things like planned up, so we had a few gigs to play. Like there was one of the main ones for me would have been the This Is Touring. They were going to release their EP, but they had to do they did that scattered thing. They released one song every couple months thing and released it, but they were going to do an EP show. We were going to be main support for them, but obviously that got blown out.
Yeah.
We had Metal to the Masses, where I think it was only like a couple of weeks after we went through to the next round that it got cancelled.
Yeah.
Like everything got shut down. So that was a bit annoying too, because the year before we got tranced. We got tranced first set, but we managed to get through on the next round, like as the only like wild card winners as well. So we were really proud of that. And we were like, right, and we were raring to go. And then the world decided to shit on it.
Yeah. Well, hopefully that's all going to clear up now. I mean, I've got my vaccine on Saturday, so maybe life for myself will come back to normal. But so Tom, is Sean the guy that will send you like a riff at 4 o'clock in the morning then?
No, that's me. Because I usually come up with some stuff like rhythm, like some chugs, and I go to Sean and I'll send it to Sean going, put some lead over this, or get something to go over the top of it, and then he'll just take it and he'll go, I'll take parts of this, but I'm going to make a new riff out of it, and then he'll send something back, or he'll come back into the room and he'll show me this brand new riff he's made out of it, and it's like, nice, we'll work with that. and then I'll send them another one, and then same process, or the other way. Rarely the other way around.
So also with the new EP that's coming up, then are you using the experience of the recording process from the debut, and you're going to use that? Are you going to change anything? Are you going to keep things the same for the recording of this new EP?
One thing we are going to definitely do is practice to a click more, because there was like with some of the songs with the off times and stuff, we sat in the studio and we're trying to play it and we're like, hang on, we can't do this. So we did it all, don't get me wrong, but we've really just got to listen to each other as well when we're playing our instruments, like in the room and stuff. It's not a learning curve.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, we smashed it. Just a bit of promotion.
Yeah, we went with a different guy, and he did it completely different from what we were used to the first time round. But that made us a bit more confident in what we were doing as well.
Yeah. Yeah, so you think it's going to be coming out next month? You think it's going to be coming out next month?
Hoping for it.
So
one of the things that we lack on is PR. We're none of us are really that experienced in it, so it's kind of like rolling with it. But I think the general rules, we're going to get the music video out and then the EP soon after that.
Yeah. Well, one of the things I was going to ask, this is one of those curveballs, Calvin. With COVID restricting you from like meeting up and rehearsing and playing gigs and stuff like that, did it make you look at the more business side of the band?
I started working a bit more on like merchandise.
Because
when beforehand it was always like contacting people trying to get gigs and all that, but you can't do that right now. And I was thinking about this today actually, but people that we used to get gigs with before COVID, there's not that many of them around now. So we had a few people in like other cities like Sheffield and Lancaster and stuff, but they're gone now. So we need to expand on that. But when it came to merchandising stuff, I was trying to figure out Photoshop and everything to make pretty pictures and shit like that, and figuring out that pre-orders are better than throwing your money at it and then ending up with a bunch of sizes that you're never going to sell.
Yeah.
And just trying to figure out what people would actually buy as well. So for example, I kind of figured out that colored beanies were the ones.
How are the pink ones selling?
Yeah, this is one of ours.
Yeah, how are the pink ones selling?
I thought they would sell good, but we also sold purple ones, and they were the ones that really sold well. The black ones were the least.
All right.
Okay. So that's what I noticed. And then our first run, we had bright green ones and black ones, and we sold triple the green ones from the black. So it's turning into a. I think people buy more color now than black.
Totally agree.
Yeah. So for Glasgow, I think it's bands like Lotus Eater and stuff. They bought fucking color into it, haven't they?
Yes.
You watch them on stage, they're wearing bright orange like windbreakers and stuff, and everybody wants one now.
I know, but yeah, it's good to hear that. So is that something that you've taken on yourself, Calvin, or is that are you leaning to your guys like Tom and Sean to help out with things as well? Have you given them responsibilities?
I think I was having a bit of a moment once, because I was the thing that a lot of people don't realize is if you have 5 people in a room, you're not going to agree on everything.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's difficult to make a decision if there's like some of you say yes, some of you say no. So I think at one point I kind of put my foot down on it a little bit. I was like, let me just sort this out. And I put money towards it as well. And I was like, if this fails, then I'm the one failing kind of thing. So they kind of left me to it. I didn't, not completely, like with our new t-shirt and stuff, I was showing them, because that kind of stuff you do want. But when it came to pink beanies, I don't think I asked anyone.
Cool. But going back to the next EP then, are you allowed to tell us like where you recorded it, who's going to produce and master it for you? Is all the artwork done ready for it?
I think we could do that. You want to go for it, Sean or Tom?
You go for it.
We've got the artwork done. That was done by John Pedley, who also plays in Beyond Salvation. It's absolutely beautiful piece of art, absolutely beautiful. Recorded at Noise Boys Studio in Salford.
Cool. Yeah, he did the recording and
I can't remember his last name, but that was a topic. That was a good experience. And I'm not sure who we've messaged for the mastering yet, but Noise Boys Studio did the mixes.
Yeah, well. I'm talking to a guy called Lee Calpy. He's Chris from Noise Boy Studios. He recommended him to me, and he told me what bands that he's mastered for. So Beyond Salvation, Screaming Beast. So I talked to them, asked them how well they went, and they're all completely happy with him. So I've just messaged him today. Literally about half an hour before this, I sent the mixes to him.
Cool. Well, best of luck with that, and I hope the product comes back exactly as you wanted it to sound. But, so how long was the recording process then?
You mean actually being in the studio?
In the studio, yes,
We did it over 2 weekends. 4 days, 2 weekends, yeah.
It was 3 days, wasn't it? Yeah, we did one Saturday, and then we did a Saturday, Sunday, and just added a couple more hours to finish it off, but yeah.
So you had to finish your vocals off, yeah.
I was going to say that
was 10 hours a day.
That's what I was going to say, was like guitars and drums and everything like that were done in half an hour, and it was 2.5 days for Calvin.
That was just Calvin talking.
I was the short bit. It was, the first day was drums, and then the second day was it bass next?
Yeah, bass.
No, we took it in turns. It was so Chris absolutely smashed out all the songs on the first day, just 10 hours solid of drumming, man. Yeah. And then it was guitars. I recorded first, and then the bass, and then you did it third, Tom.
Then we switched on each song, didn't we?
And then we switched on each song, yeah. It was a good process, I thought, because it gave us the break in between each song that we'd needed to recuperate, because we had to do the songs twice each and stuff like that, and then obviously lead bits over the top and stuff. Yeah. It was fun. I really enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to the next one.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how it sounds. But Calvin, how did you feel like in the studio? Like, were you constantly pushed saying, Calvin, I want more, I want to hear you more, you're not deep enough here, whatever? Were you getting a lot of pressure to get the vocals right?
Oh, God, no. He was very chill. There were moments where he was like, he did ask for just try a bit longer or stuff like that. Or he would, instead of, he just did it in sections for me. I literally would do like a line, stop, a line, stop, a line, stop. And if he wanted me to do a bit stronger, he would do half a line, half a line. And it was like 3 recordings of each as well. I think there's only like one song where there was one stream I wanted to perfect, but that was me, not him. I was like, we're doing this until I do it. But yeah, no pressure. I don't think any of us felt pressure with him, really. He was a very chill dude.
So that's brilliant. Thanks a lot for that, guys. So how are the songs constructed for the band then? I mean, are the main songwriters of the songs, or is Portrayal of Ruinn a band where all members contribute?
I think it starts off with me and Tom sending riffs to each other just to get a feel of what we want. And then the way me and Tom think about it is we'll send a riff to each other, but it's not going to stay the same. It's just not. And then we'll take it into the room, and then Chris will just happily sit there smashing his drums to anything, see if we can try and get it along. And then as soon as we've done that, we start working on the riffs to come then. And, you know, it just kind of all fits in together. It starts off as one riff, and then it just fits and molds in together quite nicely.
Yeah. Would you say you're quite prolific songwriters? You're always working on a song?
We're always working on stuff. I can't say that we're fast songwriters, but we're always trying to work on stuff and getting ideas in there.
Yeah, we've all got busy lives as well. That's the issue, isn't it? We're all working like full-time jobs. So when it comes to the practice, but I will say these guys, as soon as we haven't even finished one song, they want to write the next song. So there's always the urge to write a new song. It's not just, oh yeah, we're happy now, let's leave that 2 years.
So the drummer, it's Chris, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right. So you've mentioned him quite a few times, so it sounds as if he was quite a find. So how did you find Chris?
I've known Chris since I was 14. Yeah. So I've known him like 16 years, and I've played with him in bands before, and I've always known he's just an absolutely mint drummer. So as soon as, I mean, it was unfortunate with the previous drummer leaving the band and stuff like that, but as soon as he did depart, I'd straight away on phone to Chris, and within a week he was like, yeah, go on then, I'll try it. And then he's not left us since.
He's not left us.
Although you've tried your best though, yeah.
Oh yeah, all the time.
So again, just back in the studio, like, what about the negotiating side of things? I mean, there's no blood on the walls, and there's no fisticuffs in the studio or anything like that. Is it quite a diplomatic process? It's not one person that says no. No,
we do have it's basically a voting system. If 3 out of 5 agree on something and the other 2 disagree, then we'll go with the 3. And you know, we've never really argued or fought or anything like that. We've always got along, and I've cursed us now, haven't
I? We do have our disputes sometimes. Like I said, 5 guys, and we've all got different backgrounds as well. It's kind of difficult.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I think we just take the piss and banter too much to argue with each other, because we just take it out on each other with taking the piss.
It's more banter than fighting, isn't it?
Yeah. Work hard, play hard. That's always been my motto. But Calvin, with you being the vocalist of the band, then do you take care of all the lyrical duties, or do you welcome contributions from other members of the band?
Right now, I've done 100% of the lyrics. I don't think anyone's actually offered to do any. I'm going to be honest, I don't know if I would accept their lyrics as well.
That's why we don't offer.
Yeah, I don't know. I've always had this thing, and maybe I shouldn't have this thing, but when I'm like watching a band, I would like the lyrics to be from the vocalist. Always, if I find out that lyrics are written by someone else, I don't appreciate it as much. I don't know. Maybe that's on a personal level.
If I give you lyrics, it's all going to be about Vikings or something.
Yeah,
so.
It'll be power metal stuff.
Yeah.
So what would you say your lyrical themes are for the next EP then, Calvin?
It's all dark stuff. I can give you the song names. So we got Repetitive Awakening Disorder, long story short, hate waking up. Every single day is a burden kind of thing. Chronic Conclusions, typical ex-girlfriend song, you know, like how much of a bastard you are kind of thing. And then Lifeless Life is literally just being alive. That's it. There's nothing about it. This is a very, very brief way of explaining them all.
Yeah. But I suppose it's an interpretation for everybody that's going to be reading them anyway. So, although they have a much more personal meaning to you. So,
yeah, I forgot what that website is. It's like a Wikipedia of like local bands and stuff. It's not just local bands. I forgot what it was, but someone put us on it last month, and they literally said, "What lyrics is it?" And it's like, death, hardcore, pessimism, and I was like, "Holy shit!" I mean, you're not wrong, but
brilliant stuff. But now that you've got your EPs ready, you'll be dying to play it live. So do you have anything in the pipeline, maybe towards the end of the summer, towards the end of the year?
We have a few gigs lined up.
Some
of them we can mention. Yeah, some of them we can mention, some of them we can't, but because some of them are still waiting to see if the doors are opening and all that. But we've got one on the 21st of this month, because it's an outdoor one, so it's going to be social distance, everything on the tables and stuff. And it's Tortured Demon. Have you heard of them?
Tortured Demon, yes, I've interviewed them.
Yeah, so it's their album launch, so we're the main support with them, and we're playing alongside Beyond Salvation and Cavilla.
Yeah. So
that's the one, and that'll probably be the one that we're playing all the new stuff on.
Yeah.
Because we can't hold it anymore. We need to do it. We've been waiting this long.
Yeah, I noticed that. I'm going to talk about your live stream in a wee second, but I noticed you said that this is the last time that we're going to play the EP from beginning to end, you know. So that was that part of your journey. Now you're on to the next part of your journey. So yeah,
we're kind of happy with that.
Yeah. So what about coming north of the border then? Not that we're going to let you in. We're not going to let you in anyway. But...
What's wrong with us? We've got pink beanies. Come on.
Yeah.
No, I would love to play Scotland. Like, I love Glasgow. I've been to a couple of gigs. It's been a while actually. The last time I went to Glasgow was for an Ailstorm gig, and it was incredible. It was so dangerous, and I loved it. I loved every minute of it. Walking on the streets and hearing all these heckles everywhere was great. Went to this heavy metal bar that actually didn't play just 9 Inch Nails and stuff. I had a great time in Glasgow. If we could play in Scotland, I would be straight on it. I don't think the other guys are going to have a say about it.
Well, after the interview, then I'll give you a couple of names of promoters and venues to get in contact with then. Because Glasgow does have a good scene, but obviously so does Edinburgh. But even places like Dundee and maybe it's not much Dundee and Perth, but Aberdeen as well. Aberdeen are screaming for gigs, and see whenever a band goes up there, it's always well attended. So yeah, I would highly recommend Scotland if you ever get to venture up this way.
Oh yeah, and if you can make sure that we'll support Bleed From Within too, that'll be great as well.
Good stuff, man. Good stuff. But I was delighted to watch you guys kill the stage in the 0161 streaming event in March. So how did it feel to get together again and play a gig? And how did it feel like performing to an audience that were just basically sitting at home on their couch? Maybe not at the end of the set, right enough, But how did it feel playing to an empty room?
I quite enjoyed it. I'm not saying it's better than playing to a full room, because you can't beat the experience of playing in front of a crowd. But I really enjoyed it because I was still looking at it. It's a gig, and I'm still gonna play it as I would any other gig. Because, well, knowing that people watching online, and just enjoying it, that's just what made it enjoyable to do. Yeah, in my opinion.
Cool. Thanks for that, Thomas. Sean, you were going to say something?
Should say, yeah, it is odd. You've been playing gigs for so long, and you expect a bit of crowd participation or something, you know, something at the end of the songs, and then just you finish your song and you're like, okay, next one. like you know, it's like being in a practice, but you've got the pressure of people watching you.
Yeah,
I do enjoy them. They are pretty good.
Yeah, it's quite interesting because I was speaking to another band on Tuesday night, and they were saying not interested in playing virtual gigs. It doesn't give a true interpretation of who we are, you know. But I think it's another way of letting the punters know that you guys are still alive and breathing.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
So
yeah, I can understand when some bands are like that, but for me personally, like if that's what's going at the time. I mean, it could be the future. This could be what some promoters might have looked at this to see maybe they could do this as well. So in the future, obviously, we prefer to be on stage because we like crowd participation. But at the same time, I had a real good time just screaming into a camera as well, knowing people are at home. So that's
also a good way. Sorry, Calvin. I'm saying it's also a good way to get people to notice. People who won't usually come and watch you because they're not in the area. They can watch you and check you out and see what you're about.
Yeah, I mean, in the chat while you guys were playing, I noticed a few guys from Glasgow as well. So it obviously worked. Obviously works. I mean, awesome. 0161. I mean, I know James and Jane have interviewed them as well. They're great people, and that Drew Scott as well. Oh my god. It's the same as Glasgow. You've got a brilliant community and a brilliant cohesive unit there to help and promote one another. And that was just another example of it with that that virtual gig, you know. So,
oh yeah,
I can't say enough good things about 0161 as well as Badger as well. You know, with these Badger Fest.
Oh, yeah.
I'm actually coming down to Manchester to that. I'm going to. I've got a ticket. So I'm extremely looking forward to seeing that in October as well. So
I'll see you there because I've got my ticket ready prepared.
You'll see me at the bar. See me at the bar.
Oh, that's where I'm usually found as well.
So tequila then, yeah. The last time.
No, let's not talk about that.
All right, guys, thank you very much for that. I've only got a few more questions for you, but I noticed in the last month or so as well, you released a video for Can't Break What's Broken. So was it good to just get something new out there and let the fans know that you guys are still alive and breathing? And what can you tell us, like, how did you make the video? Just a wee name shout to the person that made the video for you.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, it was, it's a guy called Drew Scott. He's the official photographer of the 0161. I think he's dabbing in the music video, lyric video stuff. So he asked if he could do one, like it was free of charge and stuff. So it was a song that was on the first EP, and it was our most popular one. So just let him go for it. So it was nice to actually have a lyric video, and it was nice to see what he could do as well. He was sending me the little bits here and there, what he was doing, and it was actually quite interesting.
Yeah.
Like on our EP cover, there's a little man on a throne, and he managed to get that dude to just fly around on the screen, and that was the most impressive bit for me. I was quite happy with that. But he did that for us, and I think that was the last one he did, and now he's doing it. He's selling them off now. He's actually charging people. But we get on well with Stu. We actually had him there when we were doing our video because he's done our photos. We've done our performing photos as well as our poser photos and stuff. And I think the majority of us as well, for our Facebook defaults and stuff, I think 90% of the time it's Drew's pictures because he's always there. And he always catches us at our best moments.
I'm beginning to wonder if he's a bit of a stalker. Don't know.
Probably. And you know what? Down with that. Down with that. There's plenty of bands out there, and if he wants to stalk us, then I'm going to take it as a positive.
No, but Drew also works for us as well at Moshville Times. He's a top-notch guy. I've interviewed him as well, and it was a great interview. It was great to get to know him, and I'm looking forward to seeing him when I get down in October. But also on the subjects of videos again, I saw that you got together with Foreshore Media for another video. So is there anything that you can tell us about the new video?
Oh, well, first off, Foreshore, great to work with. They were... We were all nervous because we've never done a music video before. We never knew what to do. And it was probably the most chill day that we've ever had.
So was this Portrayal of Ruinn turning professional?
Yeah. I know it took us 3 years, but we finally did a music video. No, I messaged them a couple of months ago, asked them what we wanted. We weren't going for anything major. We just want typical call-out, like performing stuff. So if anyone's expecting a story in our videos, you don't. it's just us all looking great, doing what we do best. Can't say where we filmed it. That was part of the agreement. But apart from that, yeah, it was a great time. Didn't realize it would take about 7 hours to video a 3.5 minute song.
So how many times did you have to play it? Countless.
There was a couple of times as a band, and then there was a few times each, like solo.
So you were knackered by the end of the day?
Oh, the next day, I think we were all messing each other, going, hurting, legs hurt, back hurts.
That's the thing. That's the thing a lot of fans don't know, what goes into like a video. I mean, that was just a video recorded in the studio. Think about the bigger productions and stuff like that. You know, it must be mind-numbing and knackering at the same time, you know, sometimes.
I was thinking that today.
I'd have to hit the gym.
Yeah.
For 2 weeks beforehand.
I was literally, when I was in work today and I was a little bit bored, I sat there, I was like, it took us 7 hours to do 3.5 minutes. How bloody long did it take them to do Lord of the Rings uncut version?
Very good point, well made. Well, listen, it's exciting to hear that you've got music coming out. You're going to be gigging again. You're going to be releasing another video. So things for Portrayal of Ruinn are going very well at the moment. But I'm maybe showing my age a wee bit here. Because before the internet, magazines and fanzines were the places to find out about new bands and trends. But now publications have been replaced with thousands of websites catering for all genres. So do you think that some of the passion has been lost, or do you think that the internet's been a good thing for music and a good thing for Portrayal of Ruinn, for example?
Because I used to read like Metal Hammers and stuff like that and find out about new bands that way. But I think with Spotify, even the free version, anybody can get it and just download it and they can listen to whatever they want. Like YouTube as well. YouTube's been great for finding new music. You just put a shuffle on and bam, it's there. And you know, some of the bands, like a band called Macabre, I've never even heard of them before, but I love them because of YouTube. So I think it's quite good, yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Thanks very much. What do you think, Tom?
I think it's good for bands getting a name out there, getting the people can find them a lot easier from elsewhere. I just think internet affords people an easier way though. See, if they want to watch like a live show, they can just YouTube, click, done. They don't actually have to go to the actual venue to see it. I think in ways maybe it could have hampered it in that way. Yeah. But I don't know.
Yeah, cool. Thanks very much for that. What about yourself, Calvin? You kind of touched on it earlier.
Yeah, it's like I was the same, Sean. Like up until about 15 years ago, I was literally buy a Terrorizer and just go through the album reviews and stuff. And I think the downfall of that one is you don't actually discover local stuff. I didn't go to a lot of local bands when I was younger, and that's like one of my biggest regrets in life. I wish I did.
Yeah.
But these days it's so easy to find new bands now, and it's great to have it out there. It has its pros and cons, though, doesn't it? Because it can get saturated because there's so many bands there, you don't know which ones to pick, but you will find the odd gem. I think that's what I was saying about like EPs and albums as well. If you release an album and someone wants to find a new band, they're probably only going to listen to one or two songs before listening to the next one. So you want to make sure what you're playing stops them listening to the next band.
Yeah, no, quite right, quite right. No, I hear what you're saying. I think it is pretty much a double-edged sword, and it's certainly something that you can talk about in a night out over a couple of pints, or maybe it'll be the whole night out, because it's
Yeah.
when I grew up, it was like tape trading. So I would send like a £1 note, and you would send it away, and a couple of days later you would get a demo through the door, and you would open the envelope, and there'll be like stickers coming out and stuff like that, and a letter from the band, and you get the demo tape, and you'll listen to it, and you go, I don't know. But because you've invested in it, you would listen to it again and again, and then make up your mind. Now, as you're saying, you can go into Spotify, you listen to a song 10 seconds, oh, no, that's pish. There's another million out there doing something, and we're just moving on. So you can dismiss a band far too easily. I mean, I grew up with cassettes and vinyl, and CDs should be burned, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't have Spotify. I don't know. It's definitely a double-edged sword, I think. Definitely double-edged.
Yeah. I used to buy CDs all the time. I remember walking into MVC, not knowing any bands and just looking for one, and just whichever had a good artwork, I'll just pick it up and give it a go. And I found such amazing bands, and I found such trash as well.
Yeah.
But now Spotify, yeah, like I said, these days for me, it's like if the intro doesn't catch me, then I'm moving on to the next song.
Yeah, no, I see what you're saying, but thanks very much for your points, guys. Now, this is probably when I'm going to have to book another 40-minute Zoom session, because I'm going to ask you about the instruments that you're using, and especially the instruments that you're going to use that you used for the recording of the EP, then, the new EP. So, Tom, what guitar did you use for the EP?
We used an Ibanez. I can't remember the model. Sean, you know the model, don't you?
It was my guitar.
An Ibanez. Yeah, we used an Ibanez. That's all I know.
What about yourself, Sean? Did you use the same? Yeah, Ibanez?
Yeah, it's an Ibanez RG 321 MH. What amp did he use?
Was it?
I can't remember the started amp he used.
Yeah.
But for the clean on one of the songs, he used a Mesa Boogie, and it's the first time I'd ever heard used one, played through it myself, and beautiful. I mean, I don't have one of them myself. I use a Black Star as my main amp.
Yeah. What about pedals then? Have you kind of went a wee bit techy and just got a hell of a lot of pedals?
No, I have an FS 10-foot switch, which is basically it's the Black Star foot switch, and I can have up to 128 settings on it if I wanted, but I've got two. So I've got two and a tuner. See, I'm not very. I don't know. I'm not very experimental with the sound in a way.
Cool. What about yourself, John? What pedals do you use?
I use a Line 6 HD 500 pedal board. But same with Sean, it can have so many settings, but at the minute I'm only using two. But I like to experiment with sounds and just hide them away at times, and then just bring them out during practice and just play them and see how people react. And if they pull their face, I'll be like, no, we'll delete that.
Good stuff. But also, Calvin, I've been wondering about vocalists. Did you go through like a few microphones before you finally settled on the one that you like to use? And what is it?
Oh crap! What was it called? I know. I always pronounce it wrong. Is it Schnur? Yeah, the Shure mic. I was using that for a bit, but then I wanted to go wireless, and my girlfriend knew this, and during Christmas, she got me I always say the song is a Sennheiser. Okay. So she got me a wireless one of those, and my God, as soon as I started using that, it's fucking beautiful. Like I can hear so much more clearer. But the lack of the for me, it's just the lack. I wasn't that fussed on how it sounded. I just wanted less wire. I wanted to be able to move around more and stuff like for stage.
Yeah.
I'm contemplating looking into, because I know a few of my mates are doing it now, in ears, because the one issue we have in practice and even on stage and stuff is I cannot hear me, and I do not know what I sound like, and I do not know if it sounds good to everybody else, and if it doesn't, then whatnot. It happened with the live show. I didn't know what we sounded like. I went home, listened to it, thought it was trash, but then everybody else had to tell me it was fine in the room because I can't hear anything.
Yeah. So with Sean and Tom, they can pick up their guitars anytime and play riffs and rehearse and all the rest of it. What about you and your vocals? How did you keep your vocals in check? Do you sing in the shower, in the car, in the shops?
I'm going to be honest. I should probably do a lot more than I do. Yeah. I've been trying to start looking into warm-ups and stuff because I think I'm freaking myself about thinking I'm going to ruin them. And as soon as we might get big, that my vocals don't hurt anymore. But I'm looking at warm-ups and stuff. But I keep telling myself I should have done a joint isolation. I should learn to record at home and practice at home. But
yeah,
I don't know. It feels weird singing along to stuff when I'm just sat in my room doing nothing.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's different for these guys here were like playing guitar and stuff, like just playing along with a song or whatnot, but it just feels a bit different for me because it's not, I try not to copy people's voices, therefore it sounds different when I'm singing along to it.
Right, got you.
I see so many people complain how many British bands sound American, and I really don't want to be that person that sounds American.
Yeah. I mean, I've heard like people using VocalZone and stuff like that, but that day in the social media when you for 7 hours and stuff like that, and they're recording the EP line by line and all the rest of it, was there any damage to your throat or anything like that?
No, because we only did 3 songs. It was about an hour per song, and I did 2 one day and then 1 song the other day. But yeah, I was fine. I think I was a bit tender the next day, but nothing to complain about.
Yeah, cool. Well, listen, guys, we're almost at the end of the interview. Where would we find Portrayal of Ruinn on social media then?
We've got the Facebook, we got Instagram. We're going to start, when our video comes out, try and use the YouTube a lot more.
Yeah.
I think that's it at the moment.
Yeah. I take it it's just the band name.
Oh yeah, Portrayal of Ruinn with 2 N's at the end of Ruin. Everybody gets that bit wrong.
Yeah.
Even Alexa gets that wrong.
just to be different. But listen, guys, it's been an absolute pleasure talking to you.
No, you too. Yeah.
Same.
Yeah. I mean, see when you get the EP back and it's all ready to go. I mean, I also do a radio show. One in UK and one in America. So if you've got an MP3, send it to me and I'll promote the shit out of it. I'll also go live. It'll be reviewed for Moshville Times. I've got my own Facebook and YouTube channel as well. So certainly when it's ready, you know exactly where to send it and we'll promote the shit out of it for you.
Oh, perfect. Do you need a radio friendly? Do you need a radio friendly one?
Nah. I mean,
okay, good. Our drummer's really obsessed with radio friendly at the moment, so I'm talking to Chris about getting one done. But if you're okay with it,
I mean, the UK one is it's a Tuesday night 9 till 12, so it's after the Watershed. But the one that we do on a Saturday is for America is like 3 to 6 over there, whereas it's nighttime here. But no, it's fine. It's just fine. Really.
Yeah, I can send you both. I've got someone working on it now, so it's fine.
Listen, if I can play on a Tuesday night Infant Annihilator, Blasphemian, I can play anything.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, that's a band. That's a band.
Exactly. So, yeah, like I say, send it to us, and we'll do a bit at Moshville Times as well as Metal Still Out there on the radio and whatnot. So we'll certainly promote it for you. But like I say, it's an absolute pleasure, and I'm looking forward to coming down to Manchester and seeing you guys. Whether it's at the bar or whether it's at a gig or whether you come up to Scotland, I know exactly.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
Oh, yeah, no, we're definitely down for that one.
Cool.
Right, definitely up.
All right, guys, thanks very much. Good to speak to you.
Thanks very much, mate.